Pleased to be joined by men's lacrosse head coach Ryan Polley. The Terriers get set to host Utah. Utah's a young program, coach, and I'm sure you see a little bit of yourself and what they're trying to do, and just talk about what it means to face a third-year program and kind of what you've seen on film for them this season.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job, Kev. I think they're finding their identity, and I think there's a little bit of a difference. Utah was one of the most successful club programs, and I think in their first couple of years, the first 2 years, they had a lot of upperclassmen that had played on the club, so it was kind of this mix of guys that have played in really high level club games and some newer folks. And, last year they even had some transfers or some grad students, and they were off to a really good start. So a lot of those club guys have graduated, that the grad students have graduated. So this year's team is a little bit different looking. They are all freshmen and sophomores, for the majority of their team. So a lot like Lafayette last week, really young team, but really talented. And, one thing we've noticed, they play really hard, just like Lafayette. And, it's a good challenge for us because I thought Lafayette, out hustled us and had a little bit more energy than we did last weekend. And we had it at times, but over a 60-minute game, I thought Lafayette had more energy than us. So we're going to play a team very similar with regards to, their experience level and just how hard they play. So we're going to have to meet that and exceed it if we're going to be successful tomorrow.
Yeah, is it good to play those types of teams, knowing that you're going to get a team's best game, every time out as you get ready for the end of the Patriot League schedule and then looking ahead to potentially the postseason?
Yeah, I think it's always, and not there aren't many Division One teams that don't play hard, but there's some teams that play especially hard, and we find a lot of those teams in our league. So every Patriot League game, for the most part, we're playing against teams that just play like it's the last game of the season, and it's important for us to figure out. We've played, and my team plays hard, so this is not a discredit to them. We're just trying to figure out how to play hard for 60 minutes, and it's really hard to do, just to play at that level and bring that intensity every single game. And whether you're home, away, up, down, those what championship teams do. So regardless if you're playing well or you're not playing well, you're getting the breaks or not getting the breaks, from an effort standpoint, we always want to have our top effort. So this is a great opportunity for us to go against a team that part of their staple is that they're going to play really hard, and we're going to have to meet and exceed that. And certainly we're going to struggle to win a Patriot League championship if we can't play at the very least hard, and then play hard and then execute. Those are the two things for key to success late in the season.
Nick Ellerson was named Defensive Player of the Week by the Patriot League, his first weekly award, and rightly deserved. Given his goal at the in the fourth quarter, and then great defensive effort, not once leaving the field. Talk about what it means to have Nick win that award, especially as a fifth-year guy coming back to be a captain for another year and really leading that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it was so well deserved and such a long time coming. And Nick is he's like a great offensive lineman. Like your team can't be successful if you don't have those type of guys, and they're doing all the dirty work, and they're making all the calls, and they're making all the key blocks. And certainly your star quarterback can make the plays and they get the headlines, or the coach gets the headline, or the wide receiver or your playmakers get the headlines. And Nick has just been that offensive lineman at a really high level for since he's been here. So to get recognized, be able to make a game altering play like he made. He does all the little things. We win a lot of games because of all the little plays Nick makes. So it was really nice to see him, and he's made big plays over his career. So don't get me, don't take this as Nick doesn't make big plays. He makes plenty of big plays, but to make such a big play, and then the one that doesn't even get talked about was the ground ball that he got on the next possession to kill their possession and allow us to run up the clock. Those two plays at the end of the game were just huge. So well deserved. For a kid who came back and certainly we were so excited to welcome him back, but he's just been so important to this team's success and from a leadership standpoint and just organization where, we're still very young on defense in a lot of places and just to be a calming force. And, I'm so glad he came back.
You talk about what it meant to have all those guys in the defensive midfield step up. Shorthanded defense. You had guys like Christian Strahan, a face-off kid, playing out of position, and Johnny Howard and Blake Phillips getting the start and getting some big minutes. I know you mentioned after the game you thought it was important, but just elaborate here on what it means for different guys, maybe not just in the defensive midfield position, but kind of everywhere. Step up when needed and make big plays.
Yeah, I'll start there and then we'll just kind of talk about it as a whole. But, I'll start it with Blake Phillips. He was a guy that played for us as a freshman and for whatever reason just wasn't in our rotation as a sophomore. And I'm sure that was hard to just get passed by some guys and just fell a little bit down on the depth chart. And he was starting to work his way up the depth chart when the season got canceled. But he's been a mainstay this entire year. He's been our third D midi all season, and just we play four, so he's playing a ton. He's gotten better each and every game, and with a couple of guys out, he was our number one guy, and he logged a ton of minutes. He made a ton of big plays. Got a couple key ground balls. Was great in the clear like he always is, and was good on ball. So Blake has been terrific all year, and it was great to see him step into a role as our number one guy and do a tremendous job. And then Donnie's kind of been on the cusp. He was just starting to get playing time last year when COVID hit, and we are very deep at D midi. So that's a credit to Coach Sills that he's bringing along so many guys, and so many guys are game ready. But Donnie was kind of the fourth or fifth guy and wasn't necessarily in our rotation in all of our games. And now he had to be our number two guy. And I thought Donnie was really, really good. Logged a ton of minutes, certainly made some plays when he was tired and really gave us a boost that we needed. And his confidence level from this game has gone up. He had a great week of practice and, really excited to see him contribute this week. And then we had as you mentioned, kind of the guys that were playing out of position. John Marshall is a long stick, and he was out a couple of games. And when he came back, we asked him to make the sacrifice to move to short stick because that's where we needed some bodies. And John did a great job in the Colgate game, and he's learning, just the differences between long stick and short stick, and did a great job in the Lafayette game. Is doing everything, ride, clears, doing everything that we need our D-mids to do outside of just playing defense. And then, finally Trahan he's just a jack of all trades. He plays, he's just been tremendous this year. From just a selfless teammate. He literally, if you looked at our practice plans, he's been a face-off guy. He's been a D-midi. He's been a long stick. He's been a close defender. Whatever we needed him to do in practice, he's done. So that we can give, our starters a look. And it was awesome for him to get an opportunity. He's made the most of it. He's never complained. He plays on our scout defense and done such a tremendous job there. We thought it was appropriate to give him a look with our starters. And he did a great job and made some big plays and continues to be in our rotation and doing a really nice job. So can't give enough credit to Christian and just his mindset and his ability to, help this team out. And then when called upon in the game, do a great job and make some plays. And, last but not least, Michael Diorio, he's done a really nice job of kind of waiting his turn. And I know he had sustained an injury on his one shift, and I feel terrible for that. But he's worked his way up to a place where he was fourth on our depth chart, and we had confidence in him. And he'll be back in a couple of days, and looking forward to kind of having a full stable when we make this playoff run. I can't give enough credit to this entire team. It's been a year of guys in and out. For different reasons, whether it was, COVID related things or injuries or just, we didn't have a fall. So guys are getting, bumps and bruises and guys are out for a day and it's just been the next guy stepping up. So, and we're going to continue to need that. Like I said, pretty much in the beginning of the season to the guys, this year, you're most likely going to get your chance. And if you just continue to work hard, and not get discouraged and continue to work your way up the depth chart. At some point, guys are going to either be out for injuries or for COVID protocol, and you're going to get your shot. And for the, almost every single guy to a T has gotten his opportunity, has taken advantage of that and given us some really meaningful minutes. And, excited to continue to do that this weekend and, leading up to our last 3 Patriot League games and hopefully into the Patriot League tournament.